Hello and welcome to another coaching video, and in this one we have Lillia jungle versus Viego jungle in the depths of silver. Once more, people are not sticking to their champions, but they're trying other champions, but it's not going very well. This is why. The whole video is why. Also, this Viego is going to pop the hell off, so if you like Viego, this would be a good example of what do I have to do to kind of pop off in silver. But if I'm playing Lillia, the farming style junglers, something against a Viego, how can I beat a Viego, and what should I be doing to think about those things while getting myself fed? Now, first and foremost, obviously, you all know this. Make sure your clears are good and making sense. So if you're going red Raptors, they don't make sense. Go Krugs, go Raptors, do your full clear, look for a gank top lane first. We know the Viego started here. We can see this ward isn't giving us any information about where he is at this particular stage. We have this deep ward here from level 1 as well. We're going down to the Krugs. Maybe we'll do this. But as a farming jungler, you have to ask yourself, what do I do well that he doesn't? And that's farm and sequence and get strong. Now, I'm not telling you, oh, look at him. 226 cross isn't actually that bad. He does show up on the minimap, so you know, right? I see him cross. You press tab. You see 12 CS. I know he's done his blue side. He's going to the red side. Process that information. All of the stuff we talk about, this game plan and what you need to do in the silver course. In addition to the free jungle improvement PDF available on Virkayu.gg, there are also copious amounts of courses and coaching for your specific MMR. One of those is the Iron and Bronze course, which allows you to get to silver, along with the silver course that allows you to get gold, a beautiful bundle of everything you need to escape ELO hell. In Bronze and in Silver, the video course will basically deconstruct why you do what you do and how to fix those things that are holding you back. Why spend hundreds of hours figuring out what it takes to become a gold jungler, when instead you can have all of the information distilled directly into your veins, such that you can have it in a few weeks. That sounds pretty good to me if you can apply the principles that quickly. Head to Virkayu.gg, the jungler's learning paradise. Now, we're doing basically red Raptors Krugs spaghettiing up to the blue side because we see the Viego go here, so we're immediately giving him this advantage on time for some reason. Why are we as a Lillia looking to gank bottom lane? Like, we've got Twitch Lux versus a Jinx Milio. I mean, I don't really feel particularly strong in either direction, especially as a farming jungler. Now, what Viego can do basically is say, hey, I'm in the elo where people who full clear do so slowly and inefficiently. What can you do about that as an invading jungler? If you're Volibear, you're Kindred, you're Shinshao, Hail of Blades like on the gameplay channel tonight, why are we in her face right now, 5 camping, 4 camping? Get in there. Let's stop this. We know they're slow. We know they're suboptimal. We know they're going to be in these positions and not expect the aggressiveness. Or we can gank this. You have two schools of thought here, but I don't like the idea of full clearing out of Viego versus Lillia, because in theory, look, while his mid cross was good, his blue cross was good, his red cross was unholy slow. So this guy, his blue side is okay, right? We can gain about 7 seconds, which is respectable for the elo. But his red side is very, very slow. So when he goes into his practice tool and practices his clears and looks at replays of challenge of Viego's, he's going to look at the Raptors red Krug sequence. Where am I losing time? Where am I losing auto attacks? Where am I not kiting enough? Because this is silly, right? In theory now, the full clearing jungler that we know is on the enemy team should be already doing the scuttle crab. So from our perspective, we're late, right? We don't know that Lillia is slow. I mean, you should know this, but oh no, see this clear, my friends, as we shop for the top lane gank here, we're looking at this. Lillia could have also cut for the gank on the Mordekaiser, but I don't think it's necessarily what we want to do. We force a flash from the Shen, we'll chuck a bowling ball and it hits nothing. Gutter strike. Now we're just going to chill here, we get hooked towards, we hit the Q, we have the movement stacks. Well, we've won, so we don't really have movement speed stacks. And now the Viego's cutting down here, where's he going? Is he going to go for this? I want to go for this. I have a Tristana. I'm level 3 and he's level 4, so we're going to go for that sweet spot damage on the W there, try to get the true damage on the Q. The Viego's forced to flash out. I don't know if he really had to. I mean, I know he had to because of the Shen, but I feel like he could have still killed the Lillia and managed to, I don't know if he would have escaped, but, you know, at least a 1-for-1. But now he's going to loop back around here and go for the Scuttle Crab. We know this. We see this. We have the plant that gets hit. We understand these things. So, unpacking this. The worst statistical clear in this game is red, Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Blue taking the Scuttle Crab and then going back to the Grump. Why? Because it means your full clear is so damn slow, the Scuttle Crab has spawned, you forced yourself to take it, and now you're going back to the Grump. It is horrific for sequencing. It is horrific by every stretch of the imagination. But the Viego, that's why we tell you guys to full clear so much. Not that he should get away with this, right? I think we can all agree if we're the Lillia, he shouldn't get away with it, but he full clears, he has level 4, he goes for the fight, he gets shoved off because of the Shen, he just loops back around, hits the plant, and kills her, because she doesn't extrapolate and think, What if he does that? Tristana, should she rotate? Sure, but she's also low HP at this particular stage. And even if she wasn't earlier, we can't always expect the rotation. Should she? Yes. Does she? No. Therefore, I have to back off. End of story. Lillia now goes for the Grump. Silly play. It's a tier 1 Grump. Let's guarantee take this sucker right here. Why do we want to take this first? Because we know he's topside. If he does something random like go topside again, we can steal his second Grump, right? The counter jungling. So the Lillia, after her death, well, before her death, wasn't thinking about what the Viego was going to do. After her death, wasn't thinking about what the Viego was going to do, and wasn't reconciling it with her own pathing. Tristana gets out. Now we're coin flipping with level 5. Yes, we have item advantage. I mean, we don't really. I mean, we're boots, which is nice. I mean, boots are good. They allow you to stick to champions, but he has a plant because at 5 minutes that sucker spawns, so we know he can get out. All of this is a waste of time. If she just full cleared and was basically here, level 4, changes the nature of that fight. Maybe she wins it outright, but ideally, when you see the Viego come here and hit this, he has vision prior over this bush, which is why he was able to kill us, because we couldn't see him and he could see us. I talk about this in the course so much with vision. Well, not so much, but like there's a good vision section about like exploiting it. And the Viego did a good job doing that. Moved across, realized she wouldn't back it off, used the gap in the vision, kill. Nicely done. Translation to the top lane gank. Kill. Goes back. Cool kill. Goes back to the mid lane, drifts across to take this one, and now of course he can just go back to base. Spend all his cash money gold. Oh no. Going Blade first. We don't want to do that anymore. Just go Kraken. Just go Noon Quiver. Now your farming is really quick, and obviously you can do dragons and other things a lot faster, and you still have a lot of potency in the 1v1. It's good. He comes out of base here. Now we will press tab and realize, okay, look, we last saw him 32 CS. We last saw him 32 CS because he did a full clear, top scuttle, and bottom scuttle. 28 plus the extra scuttle, 32. He comes back down here with atomization when we press tab, and he's taken the Grump. Now, we won't know that he's taken the Grump. All we know is that he's taken something. That he's taking something. But it's not the blue. The blue spawned, but it's not the blue because he doesn't have it. So we know it's either Wolves or Grump. I would hypothesize Grump in the moment, but you don't truly know, do you? We're going to go for the flash W there. We're going to miss the swoop because Kassadin also has this flash. He also has 6 here. Tristana's going to chase. We don't get an assist, unfortunately. We should have tried to hit the bowling ball for the guaranteed assist. We'll get the slow there. Where does he go? Now, does he go up to this and to this? Or does he bait us out and go down to this? At this particular stage, as the farming jungler, you should be 6 and you should be able to make that executive decision. But we can't. What's our game plan here? Okay, let's look where he actually goes. Well, see, it looks like he was drifting. Silver junglers are not going to really mind game you that much. We could have just gone and taken this stuff. Pay attention to the bottom lane, obviously. Have your scanner ready to go, obviously. All of these good things, but if you're not in a position to capitalize on the Viego's missed pathings, the full clear that was slow, the Scuttle Crab fight here, the fact that he did one camp and went up to this side and left these camps up, his sequencing is off. So if our sequencing at bare minimum, without the counter jungling, if our sequencing is fluid, and what we're doing is basically sequence, gank, scuttle, base, gank, sequence, gank, 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 right? That's what you're looking to do around that level 6, then you're already ahead of him. Now he is 6, we are not. We have the Shen ult coming through. We hit the bowling ball onto the Jinx. She is exhausted. We're just going to make sure we kill the Viego. We do. Very good. Shen goes over the wall. We'll turn into the dragon. There we go. That's a good collapse. Bad dragon by the Viego. Really horrific dragon. It literally leaves the base, does a Grump, goes mid lane, does Raptors, comes across and does a dragon. So it's not like his pathing is any sort of exquisite thing, right? It's not good at all. But at least we all rotated and Shen pressed the magic button. Now we can of course do this and do this, and we could look to use our ult down here when they recollapse, but you know, I don't really want to invest this much time in the lane. Although Viego most likely will come down here for the bot lane game plus the blue side, but in theory, should he? No. What he should be doing is knowing that the Lillia is going to go back here and do her red, potentially Krugs, potentially Raptors, because Silver Jungler's obsessed with Hamps that are buffs, and he could easily go topside and take the Herald, which is what he should be doing. Now, for some peculiar reason, she does red, skips these quadrants, and goes to this with very low mana, and 1,000 gold in pocket. That's not very good either, you know, so you can see both junglers, their sequencing is completely out of whack. Like, we're not even going for Grump, right? Because that's what you want to do first, even on the first clear. Red, Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Grump, blue. Not blue, then Grump. Good sequencing. And he is actually going to snack this away, right in front of our face. like, it's not... I'm actually happy for the Viego here. Because if she stays out and is low mana, we have the itemization advantage still, right? Shen has no ultimate. We snack it up perfectly. We're a level ahead. That's a nice little sneaky take. And again, we use a vision pocket here to go in, get the stun. We've got our auto Q going. We do have the Mordekaiser rotating down. Now the problem is for the red team, we don't have Kassadin and we don't have mid-prior. So basically, he's using the vision pocket well, but do you want to be in the position to die here? Probably not. So in the terrible example, as he dies, in the terrible example of, hey, let me fight this when I have, 3v2 disadvantage, the vision pocket usage was solid. Like, it's fine. We did a little turn. It looks cool. It feels cool. But, hey, I have no mid laner. So I should probably just leave. End of the story. I just get excited when people start to turn on fights because a lot of times silver jungles are quite passive. And I'm not saying all of these fights are always good and these turns are always good, but I like the idea of, hey, can I do damage here? Can I maybe turn this? Can I maybe outplay this? That's a mentality you kind of want to have. And through experience, you'll get better at knowing, look, I don't care if it's 3v2 at this particular stage on Viego, I can 3v2 this easily if I play properly. And that's what carrying is to a large degree. And Lillia does a solid job, getting her ult off. We get some assists, that's fine. Now, Viego 99.99% is going to be on the bottom side. If he shows top side, I'm going to laugh. He should be bottom side. We've got the Scuttle Crab. We've got a whole blue side here. We have the Herald activation. We've got a Lux and a Twitch down here. We can't gank it. Oh, he really did go top lane. You can't make this up. So what does this mean for Lillia, though? Because you guys will see, like, look, Virkayu, you see, you were wrong. I can't counter stupid. I don't know what stupid's gonna do, neither do you. So we're basically going down here to take our camps. We know there's an RNG Scuttle. We have no bottom lane on the enemy side actually getting in our face here. So why didn't we go straight for the Scuttle Crab? We could do that, or we could basically say, look, I just want to leave my lanes alone. Let Viego get this if he wants outside in rule. I'll loop this and maybe gank this one. When he shows top lane here, what that means for you is his whole blue side is up, plus a Scuttle Crab. Right? That's what you have to think. When you predict the good play and they do the bad play, that means the good play is available to you instead. So you gain advantages. Does she use it though? He goes top lane, uses there. Oh, this is terrible. This is what I'm talking about. He was here taking these camps. He took this Herald. He basically, well, literally dies here, loses his flash, loses his ultimate. All right, he should 99% go bottom side here. All blue camps are available. The Scuttle Crab is available. He knows that Lillia is going down to the bottom side because she drifts through the mid lane. They're going to be pushing and overstaying here as well. From the Viego's perspective, his bottom lane has reset. This is primed for kills, scuttles, neutral objectives, herald plays, plates, towers, elevating of game state. This is where you win if you're the Viego. But this guy's like, no, I'm going to go back here. Someone told me I always have to use Herald top lane on my 0-1-1 Mordekaiser versus Shen. Always going to be useful no matter what. See what I'm saying? So he does this. He hits this. Why are we doing our quadrant and going back to base? You are leaving all of this on the map. Like, this should be this. Dive this sucker right now. Because he's going to basically spend his time waffling doing who knows what. And if he gets my Grump when it respawns, I don't care. So the Lillia is basically losing all the advantage here. Look, he's crossing over mid lane now. Goes up. There's a pet. You can see the pet. You can see it all. Look, now he's holding mid lane. You're taking. You're looking. Okay, now it's not diveable, obviously, but who knows how the timing exactly works out. But worst case scenario, I get boom, 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 and then I get it out. Cool. And now I can sit in the bush and bait if I think he's going to come down here. He should walk into the jungle now and have nothing available. And when he sees this, you're chilling in this bush waiting for the counter gank. That's the play. That's what happens when someone does something random that you don't really expect that they probably shouldn't be doing. Because it's insane to me. And he gets a kill. And he gets a double kill. So this is, from the Lillia's perspective, hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. Nicely done by the Viego. This is what he has to do. I like how he just full sends. He just full sends. I'm going in, double kill, cool. They used the Herald top lane, and was it worth it for those double kills? For him, he's like, hey, look, I'm a genius. But from our perspective, guy does a good thing, turns when he shouldn't, then dies, and goes straight back top lane to use Herald, and crosses around here, and drifts here, and then goes and dies. It's not very sexy, is it? But the Lillia, from the Lillia's perspective, if you were just damn well sequencing efficiently, quadrant clearing efficiently, and just playing off of his mistakes, you'd be kind of jungling up a Storm. You should be up 20, 30 CS on this guy. Even if you don't have the high KP, it's okay. So that's how you beat Viegos in this elo, because they don't make the right decisions. Now, where is he going to go next? I think at this particular stage, 99% bottom lane, because his blue's up, the dragon's spawning, the Scuttle Crab is still available for some particular reason. Tristana's now bottom lane as well. Is she just going to start it up? Yeah. Twitch mid. Lux rotate. Tristana bottom side for plates. Viego's just doing his camps. Now he's like, are they on the dragon? Yes, they are. Let's see what transpires here. Do we give it up? Twitch collapses. Tristana collapses. Root, or stun rather, by the Lux. Zoning tools. Nicely done. Everybody rotates. 2 ADCs. This should be fast. Okay. Because we have the numbers, because Jinx is out of the picture, because Milio is dead, we can just pull this. Did you see the Kassadin flash? Did you see it? So hopefully you're seeing, you know, this 8 CS lead should be significantly larger. Now we're going to follow our team around for some reason again. So what do we want to do here? We want to loop underneath into this to shadow mid, or we want to loop up here and go down to shadow this. Depends who you want to shadow. I like going down to the Krugs into the Red Raptors here, so I can shadow this scenario more so, because I also want to go top side afterwards. I don't want to hang bottom side. And that just the Tristana's fed 5-0-0. Let her work. Let her force rotations. Let me help the people that need help. We also have the 1-3-1 potential with the Shen ultimate, right? So 1 person top, 3 people mid, 1 person bot. However, our bottom lane overcommit now. And as always, oh, the Jinx ult hits always in the elo. It always hits. Viego's just like, I'll rotate and get the kills here. Shen isn't able to get his ultimate off. And now it's looking like, wow, this sucks, because we went this down and we didn't even look to rotate. The idea is that you do this so you can rotate, and as soon as you see this, you should be pinging your team off anyway. Team, don't overpush past vision line. They will do it. The idea is that, hey, look, I'm doing this. Can I rotate to this quickly? Maybe clean up. And if you're not fed enough where you can rotate to this and clean up, sometimes your team dies. So what you do is you just finish off your camps here. You do a full sequence here. You keep getting yourself strong. You go back to base. You get your demonics. They died. Oh, well. And in the grand scheme of things, when you are up a level or 2 over the enemy jungler, when you happen to be 20, 30, 40 CS up, the fact that he gets 2 kills here because your teammates do dumb things, I don't really care that much. You know, when you're carrying games and people do silly things and die, it cannot cause the loss. If you go into a Discord now and be like, oh, my mid and bot or whatever overpushed and died to the Viego 3 times. Okay, well, what were you doing? Why didn't you have a lead over him in the first place? And those things matter when it comes to making good decisions about whether or not you deserve your rank. You deserve your rank? It won't matter. Right, we move into our blue side now. A Grump is still available. The Herald is available as well. We'll do this, and then we'll go do this. Viego commits to the mid lane and says, hello, I'm going to kill the Tristana. So you're like, Tristana, please stop. Jinx is free splitting on the bot lane. Viego is now Tristana. We don't have Shen ult for a while. We get the Herald. Kassadin will eventually scale, so we do have to be slightly cautious. But again, like, he's level 10 now, this Viego. And we haven't had any shadowing of the lane at all. Bottom lane is just straight up pushing. All of this is an extension of the lack of counter jungling, the lack of counter ganks, the lack of lead we should have over him, and that changes the nature of the game. But at the same time, if you are consistently falling back to your jungle, like always, and you're not pushing forward into this zone, that's what you should be doing. Most people with a lead, with a fed Tristana and things like this, you should shadow the Tristana, because if they send 2 and you can support her and help her get fed, you can keep pushing this, which enables the rest of your team to control the map. Silver macro doesn't really exist more so than playing around the people who are fed and being fed yourself so that you can rotate or determine 80% probability rotation. Is there an 80% chance I can rotate here, get kills, and help my team? All right, then I'll do it. If not, I'll farm and sequence to get myself strong. Now we activate this Herald. This is a good Herald. No, because dude's doing our Krugs, losing all his HP. Lux is top lane with Shen. This guy can collapse. Their whole team can collapse. We're going to get 5v2'd and killed here. I don't care if we get the turret. The bad Herald. Cool, we got the turret. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bonk. Hey, we actually get out. Let's see, actually, wait. Shen does have ult at this particular stage, but Twitch is in base. Silence. Shen ult. Mortar's obviously ulted the Lux for some particular reason. Lillia is just zoning. We exhaust the Mordekaiser. The taunt comes through. We'll hit the swoop-de-doop. Do we have the bonk? We don't hit the bonk at all. Jinx is AoEing us down. I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed that no one died. Did she try a Q-Flash R combo and fail it miserably? That's what it looked like. So as always, mechanics will determine the outcome in a lot of these games, as I said. Yeah, that didn't work out so good. But I'm amazed that no one died. Like, they actually got the turret, fell back, Mordekaiser came into a wave, the Lux rotated over. The only issue was the Twitch wasn't there, but hey, we all lived. Like, I'll take that win, you know? It's not the best herald, but if no one dies and we get a turret and we burn some spells, that's not so bad. But obviously now, because we die from that engage and our team is super low, you have to give the dragon. Give it. Nope. There you go. Jana goes in now onto the Casadino. We don't see this at all. We're like, yes, dragon. Yes, dragon. It must be on the dragon. He's obsessed up, like, he's not even thinking about the game. Not even paying attention to what you should be paying attention to. Which kills Cassidy. Just give it up. Give it up. We have no flash anyway. Just give it up. Don't die. Your whole team has golden pocket here. Well, not really, because they all died. It's true. They reset. But Mordekaiser? That's the Shen. It's 1500. Yeah, I thought they actually had more golden pocket. It's alright. The issue is more HP, lack of HP resources, right? This is what you wanted to avoid. This is what I was talking about. Like, we had the gold, not a lot of gold, but we'd been here for so long. We had half HP, missing HP. The Lux was dead. We're chasing down here. We're chasing here. You know, they're full HP. They're resetting. They've got the numbers advantage. Viego just shows up 2 levels now, chasing down, gets the resets. That's what the champion does. You have to know when to pull the plug on those plays. Like, you were able to kill the Mord. If you're able to kill the Mord and get out, just leave. Because the Mord, again, like, what's he doing here? But I'm nervous about staying so long when our HP is so low. But, silver things. Sometimes you have to kind of stick it out, but that's not one of those cases where you want to stick it out. Right, a moment of silence, actually. They don't take the turret. Lillia farms a little bit more, but now she's just out of the game. Like, he's going for the Jack show, which he hasn't completed yet. And we're not really tanky enough. We don't have enough damage. We have the Lux root. The Jinx ults in low elo hitting. Even on the gameplay channel yesterday, high elo game, the Jinx ults are just side swiping. They're not hitting anything. It's really funny. Viego goes in. Nice flash stun there. That was beautifully done. He doesn't get the kill, but that's okay. We burn the Shen ult. We'll take that for a flash, honestly. We get their sums and the potential at his ult. Oh, we turn it around. We get the kill. Now we can reset rocket jump out if we need to. Nice. He's playing very well. Like, in this mid-late game phase with his turns, he's aggressive. But as I said, I like seeing that. Because even if it doesn't work out for you, I like seeing, hey, look, I can turn this play. The biggest thing when you were, if you were to say duo with a challenger player or something, duo with a challenger player, and you're 2v2ing on the bottom lane, right? Like, you have a challenger ADC and a silver support. The challenger ADC will just know when to go in and trade all the time. It'll be aggressive. And the silver support will be so passive, not knowing what they can and cannot do. And the same thing happens in river fights, and in scuttle fights, and in baron fights, and all other fights. So I'm happy to see the Viego, like, go all out. Like, I know my damage profile here. I've got Kraken, I got Blade. I can do this. I can get resets. I can carry these fights. And mechanically, as he gets better, that's good, right? He just has to fix his pathing. But if he has this right attitude, like he's 11-3-3, so he's not even dying, it's super good. Push the map a little bit. I like this as well. Lillia, in the meantime, not doing nothing. Farming her jungle, not pushing the map, losing patience on the Gromp. Twice. Starting to move to the top lane. We're going to try kill the Castle. Level 12. I'm getting nervous now. We want to take this, but Viego can shadow this very easily. Milio shows up. Mordekaiser's moving up. Viego's moving up. We're over pushing on this line here. We don't have the damage. We're now all split up. Why is Lillia here by herself? You know, don't be there by yourself. She gets drowsy onto the Viego, who doesn't really matter because resets. Twitch wasn't in the picture again. Like, you can say, well, Twitch, where are you? It doesn't matter. If Twitch is here, don't do this play. And don't separate from your team like that. They just made the right collapse. He's just AFK split pushing at this particular stage. They still chase him down. Yeah, it's just a bit of a fiesta. We break it down nice and slow in a lot of videos, but I don't think this one is one of those scenarios. We can move now with Cassidon being dead. Maybe we can do something and take this dragon. Viego shows bottom lane. We can probably burn this. Tristana's there. Mortar's top. We can burn this. The question is, obviously, don't die for it. Viego says, I'm not going to steal it. I'm going to give it up. He gets taunted, actually, so doesn't quite give it up. He's supposed to alter reposition, but that's fine. We're going to reset soon enough. Surely. Just leave it if you're the Viego. Take this, take this, take this. Float around here. Just get your own econ instead of trying to randomly eat things. Now the support is split pushing. We see the TP. Mordekaiser re-shows up. Don't push past the vision line. Lillia again in our own jungle. This is the problem, right? You want to be pushing up. And if you feel you're so far behind, you have to go back to your camps while your team are pushing up, you're never going to win in the Elo. Because they're going to do this regardless, whether it's good or not. And if you can take your own camps when it's good to take your own camps and split when it's good to split and join up when it's the right time, that's when you win those fights. So this AFK farm pushes this up a little bit. That's okay. But now, of course, they can just get a Baron because we're the jungler and we show bottom lane. So if you're going to split bot lane, do it with the intent as the champion to say, look, I'm giving up the Baron. I'm going to take this. That's what I want. And if you're not doing that for your split push, then why are we showing bottom lane here? But again, pathing outside. What if our team engages and dies and they give up the Baron? We're down here. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Free Baron. Well, not quite free with the Lux. Twitch. But like, because our base was also off, the Twitch is an idiot and goes in. But it's like, we didn't really do anything in this game, right? You can't say, oh, my team, my team, my team. I get it. Like, your team didn't play very well in some regards, but we played worse than them. The Viego honestly did a good job in his fights, except for this one here. I was like, hey, he turned. That's cool. I'm so happy. Because I coach a lot of silver players as well. I coach every elo, but the silver players just don't turn on fights and don't recognize when they can actually win 1v1. So whenever someone does that, I'm like, I get excited for it. And that'll be game. So, little back and forth here. A lot of little mistakes, not really being involved at all, which is very, very typical for the elo. The Viego does a good job being involved. We just path in weird ways. We don't punish him when we should. We don't gank when we should. You know, we force things. We made mechanical errors. Too many mistakes. That will keep you silver. Long way to go for this Lillia, but there is a way. The Viego, nicely done. If he can fix his pathing and become a bit more optimized in that regard, speed up his initial red side and maybe look for a 5-camp cut, he'll have a good time as well. Thank you very much for watching. Courses at Virkayu.gg, Zara.gg for your live companion champion guides, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.